Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be doing a collective reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. And if the audio sounds a little bit different, it's because I'm temporarily away from my usual microphone setup. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with the sound quality or anything like that. But I am starting today by shuffling the Energy Oracle cards deck. While I'm shuffling, if you would like to tune your energy into the reading in a stronger way, you can do so by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as this is a form of energy transfer and does allow me to pick up on your energy more specifically. Now, with that being said, do keep in mind that I do channel many different people, situations, and connections throughout these readings, so always only take the messages that feel aligned for you and that connect to your own intuition, and leave the rest here. Now, I do want to start this reading by saying that for a group in our collective here, I did feel a really intense, charged energy come through, particularly yesterday as of when I am recording this reading. Today is feeling a little bit calmer, energetically speaking, but yesterday I was really picking up on a lot of heaviness, potentially a lot of anxious thoughts, feelings, or emotions coming up for a particular group that might be tuning in here. The numbers 212 or 1212 may connect with you in some way as well. For some reason, I'm getting something about fire sign energy, or even more specifically, Leo energy. So someone could have Leo energy in their birth chart, either in your chart or someone that you're connected to in a meaningful way. This also could represent Leo season, which of course is coming up fairly soon. So I'm going to be continuing to shuffle here. Once again, as I'm tuning back into the energy that I picked up yesterday, of course, these energies aren't tied specifically to concrete windows of time. So this might be for you if this is something you're experiencing today, yesterday, a few days ago, etc. So for those of you connecting with this heavier or anxious energy that came through, what do these beautiful souls need to know? Okay, so here we have appreciation in the reverse position. So for some reason, I'm hearing for someone, your environment isn't supporting you, or your environment isn't fully valuing you or appreciating you. So it could be that something about your physical location or environment is feeling stifling to you. I'm hearing you've outgrown possibly something. And what you're picking up on energetically that might be really uncomfortable could be the growing pains here. This could be a friendship, a relationship, a connection, a job, a location. This just has the energy of you being surrounded by some type of environment, whether that's a physical environment or a social environment, that isn't matching this. I'm hearing matching your energy, matching this newer, higher level energy that you're embodying. It's possible that in some cases, this environment is even rejecting you because you've outgrown it. Now, you could take this very symbolically. This could be simply speaking to the fact that when we outgrow a certain space energetically, even when we begin shifting out of a particular dimension or timeline or reality, very often we experience this period of limbo where we're kind of in flux, where we haven't yet aligned with that new connection or that new job or that new environment that really matches that higher frequency. But in the meantime, that older, outdated place, space connection begins to be so disaligned with our own frequency that it starts pushing back against us subconsciously, automatically. So for someone, this could be very literal. You may have people that you used to socialize with or consider friends that you're feeling this kind of tense energy with. You may have people in your life that seem to be pushing back against you or rejecting you emotionally or energetically in some way. But this also, again, could simply apply to your environment generally, socially, physically, work-wise, etc. And the dominant card coming out here is have faith in your dreams. What's pulling you through all of this, through this period of flux, through this limbo, that I feel has been highly emotional, because I see someone crying, just almost feeling brought to their knees with emotion. What's pulling you through all of this is a vision that you hold. And with the have faith in your dreams card, I feel that this vision is highly spiritual in nature because of the impact that it's going to have on the world and on the collective. Regardless of how this vision or dream may look on the surface, even if it looks like something material, something even to others, some aspects of it might look superficial. It might be something that doesn't inherently appear to be quote unquote spiritual, as we say, but it is spiritual, because through whatever this dream or goal or vision is for the person I'm speaking to here, the impact of you living out this particular dream or vision is going to be highly spiritual. Even if this is some kind of a work goal, a career goal, a financial goal, I'm hearing you're breaking through barriers of limitation. It reminds me of the story of how for centuries no one believed it was possible to run a 4-minute mile, but then someone actually did it, and then many other people after them were able to do the same thing. And I'm picking up that it's the same way for you and whatever you are achieving. You are doing something that at some level has never been done before. Not to say others haven't perhaps had a similar dream or goal, but it's never been done in this way before. I know this is a really strange message, but something about your dream or goal or vision is highly unique because of the way that you are going to go about doing it. So, for example, you could be breaking into what looks to others like a very niche market or industry in whatever industry you're in, career-wise, creatively. You might be, for example, attracting abundance to yourself, but doing it in a way that feels really aligned with your passion and feels really aligned with who you are at a deeper spiritual level. And so even though others may have attracted or manifested that kind of abundance before, no one's ever done it in the way that you are going to achieve it. That's kind of the energy I'm getting here. And again, that might not specifically apply to you. This could be taken to apply to any specific dream, goal, or vision that you personally hold for yourself. So, can I get more information for the beautiful soul I'm connecting with here in this reading? What do they need to know at this time? I'm hearing because it's never been done before, or it's never been done in this way before, it might feel really ungrounding at times. You are literally creating a reality that has never existed in this exact way or this exact form. This is true alchemy in action, in a sense. You are materializing things into physical form directly from simply impressing your vision, your dreams, your intentions upon the fabric of the universe. And this is what you came here to do. Again, however that physically shows up for you or looks for you will be very specific to you individually, but at a different level, it's almost irrelevant how it looks specifically, because in a broader sense, it's not about the specifics. It's about you in whatever way you choose, through whatever vehicle you select, sharing your very powerful, high vibrational energy with the planet in a way that is having a really powerful, true spiritual impact on others. Now, I am picking up that in spite of all of this really beautiful, high level frequency that's being channeled here, it seems like lately you may have felt a bit ungrounded. Again, I was getting that heaviness, that anxiety. It's almost like this energy coming through is very at contrast, very opposite of what's actually going on spiritually. Because at a spiritual level, this powerful vision is pulling you in a really magnetic way. And this vision is going to come to fruition, and it's beautiful and profound and impactful, and you can sense all of that in more of a conscious way than ever before. But in the physical 3D world, you may have actually felt a bit anxious, a bit uncertain, a bit destabilized, I'm hearing. For someone I'm speaking to here, specifically these destabilized feelings may hit you later at night, because we do have rest and rejuvenation reversed. You may be having trouble sleeping, calming down in the evening, or falling asleep. Because with the root chakra in the reverse position, this is a really difficult energy to describe in words, but it's almost as though someone I'm speaking to just has this anxious feeling because something about their physical reality just feels off or doesn't feel quite right at the moment. And I'm hearing that's because you're shifting into a brand new reality, and not just shifting into it. You actually are the one who has and is creating it through your intentions, through your vision, through this frequency you are impressing upon the universe. But I'm hearing that it's almost like you are in flux between these two realities. That old reality, that environment that didn't appreciate you or that rejected you emotionally, energetically, whether that's in your relationships, romantically, socially, in your workplace, in your home environment, shifting from that into a much more expansive physical reality, a brand new timeline that actually is going to support you. I'm hearing that everything you're calling in the process of manifesting, attracting into your life right now is meant to support you. I see these things that you're manifesting almost like these pillars holding up a building, and that building is your vision. Everything you're manifesting, even if at times these aspects seem unrelated to your specific dream or goal, you're actually calling in these things, people, connections, environments, places, experiences to support you in this dream, to support you in achieving something that you came here to do. Now, I do keep getting the card all tied up in the upright position. I'm hearing preoccupied. This is really sitting on the crown chakra. Someone I'm speaking to here might actually find themselves zoning out, dissociating, feeling kind of disconnected from physical 3D reality. You may find yourself literally daydreaming, or not even literally daydreaming, just spacing out. People may ask you what you're worried about or what you're thinking about just because they notice that you seem a little more distracted or absent-minded than usual. But that's really just their physical human way of judging the fact that you are actually expanding into this brand new reality. So in a sense, when you're shifting out of this reality, you're going to appear to be a little bit disconnected, a little bit like you are dissociating, because in a sense you are detaching yourself from the limitations of this current manifested reality to allow you to shift fully into that expanded reality. But I am hearing that Someone here might at times judge themselves for feeling this way, for not really being able to fully focus in, zero in on this reality physically. Again, feeling distracted, feeling absent-minded, feeling just a little bit ungrounded. And we have the anxiety card reversed. I feel your guides here coming in to say it's safe to release your fears and anxieties around anything coming up right now for you, either physically, materially, in your 3D physical world, in your connections. I'm just hearing have faith and trust. Embrace the unknown that you are shifting into. Trust where you're being led. Trust that vision that is pulling you, and keep your eyes fixed on what you are creating and where you're going, not what you're shifting out of. So I am going to be reshuffling the cards here, and I really feel a strong spiritual presence around you at this time as well, whoever I'm speaking to here. So I do want to channel into some potential spirit guide messages for you. Now, I am actually feeling pulled to the traditional tarot for this portion of the reading. So what spirit guide or higher self messages can I channel for the beautiful souls tuned in here? Okay, so here we have the Page of Swords in the upright position. Wow, I felt this sudden influx of energy from this card because your spirit guides want you to know about a person who is connected to you. Again, for whoever I am speaking to here, this portion of the reading feels like it's going to get much more specific, and this is going to relate to an interpersonal relationship or connection, platonically or romantically. This Page of Swords energy is someone who has disappointed you in some way in the 3D physical world because they've been delayed in giving you, I'm hearing, what you need to hear or what you need to know. There's a piece of information that this person is holding on to really tightly. I see them literally clutching this piece of information close to their heart, energetically speaking. And I feel that that symbolizes the fact that whoever this is coming through here, there's something close to their heart, a piece of information that you've been sensing that they've been holding back, that they've been really delayed in delivering to you or giving to you. They've been really slow to give up this piece of information. But the strange thing about this energy is where they might be coming off as guarded or like they're not communicating something that you need to hear. They're also coming up as highly strategic towards you, very protective as well, and also really planning something out into the future, thinking very heavily, strategically about how to navigate this connection or how to navigate towards you. It's kind of funny because I'm almost picking up this energy of you thinking this connection is over or has hit a dead end or isn't going anywhere. Whereas this person is very much continuing to plan and think and strategize about how they can come towards you, how they can navigate this. So it leads to a very strange dynamic where you keep feeling as though you and this person are hitting some kind of a dead end where this has to be over or this is not going to go anywhere. But then at the same time, this person is thinking and feeling very much the opposite, continuing to keep it alive, to keep this spark alive. But it's almost as though every day you may expect that this connection could just be over or finally hit some kind of dead end, but then this person continues to keep it alive, either with their thoughts, their energy, or with their communication towards you. They may consistently communicate towards you, but not really say what you need to hear, that meaningful piece of information, or they might be very sporadic in their communication so that every time you feel like this is really over, that's when you hear from them, or that's when something seems to pull you back together again. in some sense. Again, this could be platonic or romantic. This won't be the case for everyone, so do keep in mind to only take this if it does connect with you. Again, I'm getting this protective energy. We have the Seven of Wands. It's odd because whoever is coming through here is coming up as very stubborn in how they feel towards you, and yet holding that really close to their heart, not communicating what you seem to need to hear at this time or really be wanting to hear from them. Yeah, this person has a very resilient energy as well. With the Nine of Wands, they're very perseverant towards you. This is such an interesting energy. Let's see what card just flew out here. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune. So there's very much a chance energy between the two of you. For some reason, I'm hearing the word maybe. So I don't know if this person just gives you a maybe energy, kind of like a lukewarm in between energy where they're not giving you a firm yes, but they're not giving you a firm no. They're just kind of staying in this maybe energy. But this also could represent simply that Wheel of Fortune energy, that there's a really high level of potential, of possibility, of a really beautiful connection here. At minimum, I'm picking up on a soulmate connection. Now, for some of you, this could be a platonic soulmate, a romantic soulmate. This also could be a twin flame situation for some of you listening, although I will let you know if I pick up on that energy specifically. This person feels as though the two of you have some kind of unfinished business, either literally in the physical worlds or at a soul level. Their soul senses an unfinished business between the two of you, some kind of soul contract. Whether they consciously realize this or not, it keeps them holding on with this kind of resiliency, with this perseverant energy and this stubbornness. And yet their fears in their human form keep them from fully and openly communicating. So this leads to a very strange dynamic where you can actually sense this person continuing to hold on. You sense their protectiveness, their perseverance, and yet you aren't getting the clarity that you need with their physical 3D words. There's something highly spiritual about your connection. I keep hearing destiny, fate, luck is what this person might refer to it as. Of course, it's not luck at the level of energy. This is very much an aligned meeting of sorts. Whether you've physically connected with or met this person, or whether you've connected with them spiritually in the astral realm, etc. There's something highly fated about the two of you connecting. And although this person is coming up as very logical, I'm hearing logical to a fault. It's almost like they're so logical, they're so grounded in physical reality that they have trouble opening their mind to spiritual concepts and possibilities. And this is actually blocking them in moving forward with clear communication towards you, because I feel like this is someone who will think heavily about something but not take action on it. They will think a lot about you, about the possibility here, about this connection, but it's almost like they forget to communicate it in their physical words. I'm hearing that because they're subconsciously aware that the two of you are spiritually connected, and therefore there's a lot of energetic transference that we would sometimes refer to as telepathy, where the two of you seem to, in a very uncanny way, be able to pick up on what the other is thinking or feeling. It's almost like they've come to take this for granted, where they expect that you will understand them without them needing to use their words. They expect that when they send you something energetically, you're just going to pick up on it. For some reason, I'm hearing the words knowing look. So the two of you, when you're together, one or the other of you might give the other a knowing look if you have been physically together. When there is something received energetically through the mind, telepathically. And it's almost like even when you're apart, this person just senses that you are going to be able to understand what they are trying to transmit to you energetically, even if they don't use their words to describe those feelings. Now, the thing is, I feel that Spirit, the divine, is pushing this person to no longer rely on your ability to intuit what they're feeling towards you. They're being pushed by their own guides to clearly communicate how they're feeling, to come forward with clarity. And in the meantime, I'm getting that they may be detached from you spiritually, meaning that the guides surrounding this connection or surrounding you might be causing you to feel a sense of emotional detachment from this person, or even apathy in those times when they aren't really fully communicating in a concrete way in the physical 3D world, because they're being pushed into that communication to no longer rely upon those subliminal, those subconscious avenues to telepathically transmit information to you, even though they are aware that you are capable of picking up on that information. They're really being pushed to heal their wounded masculine energy, essentially to heal their fears that are preventing them from becoming the leader in the physical 3D world that they are meant to be and that they're being initiated into at this time. Yeah, with the Three of Pentacles reversed, you may have been very disappointed by this situation or connection, almost feeling or wondering whether you are wasting your time. I'm not sure why I'm picking up on that here so strongly. I hear someone saying, am I wasting my time on this person or on this situation? And right as I said that, we have the Lovers card in the reverse position. This is my strongest card for some form of love, relationship, or connection, whether that is a soulmate or a twin flame. So it's very likely this connection is romantic in nature, although again, that may not be the case for all of you listening here. However, although there is this really powerful spiritual potential here romantically, it feels as though there is some kind of blockage or disconnect. And I do sense that this comes from this person's fear of, metaphorically or symbolically, spinning that wheel of fortune, taking a chance on what feels right to their soul, even if it scares them from a conscious physical perspective. All of this pull towards you, this Lovers card energy, is meant to push this person through indecision, which I feel actually this may be someone who tends to exhibit this trait of indecision in other areas of their life as well. This may actually hold them back in their goals when it comes to their career, when it comes to generally stepping up and becoming the healed, awakened, most spiritually aligned version of themselves. So in a sense, through the intense pull they're experiencing towards you that they're unable to deny or seeming unable to escape from, it's almost like that is pushing them into a kind of decisiveness that is meant to heal their energy in a much broader way, at a much bigger scope than simply in the area of love, relationships, and romance. So I will be channeling more information about this person and situation in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, what they are thinking and feeling at this time, what they might be wanting to communicate towards you at this time. I will also be channeling into any other energies that may be connected to you, either spiritually, romantically, socially, platonically, however these energies come up, and any other spirit guide or higher self messages that want to come through that extended reading as well. So if you do feel guided to the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will be leaving a link to it in the pinned comment and description box under the video. But for now, I am going to be pulling one final Rumi Oracle card to close the reading. And this card is Let Love Transform. And I will be sharing just a little bit of a guidebook message for this card as well. The guidebook says, "The spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul, Rumi. Love is my medicine, intelligent medicine. It takes death and makes it a passageway into greater life. What genius is this? A genius that will render anything and everything as a pathway to life." As the sun begins to set, the colors become vibrant. Even if we are deaf to the beloved's tender whispers, we shall not be blind. We shall be captured by the vivid display of the beloved's artistry and be transported into peace. This oracle comes to you as a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You have blossomed, succeeded, cast aside that which was unworthy, and taken up love's way. You are welcomed into this world where love finds a way. There is nothing impossible for love. It is not bound by the mind, and because of this, all manner of miraculous grace works through it in endless creative variety. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading today. Thank you so much again for tuning into this reading. I am so grateful to all of you here, sending you all so much love today. And of course, the extended version of the reading on Patreon, where I will be channeling now, is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. I do apologize as well. I know that the noise has gotten a bit loud towards the end of this reading. It's because they are doing some mowing and lawn care outside of my apartment. So thank you so much for your patience through that as well. I hope you have a beautiful start to your week, and I will connect with you again in Wednesday's reading.